This is a quick, new and noteworthy for RAM 7.5 Milestone 2. You could download Milestone 2 from Jazz.net to touch it, and please feel free to post any comments on the Jazz.net forum or open defects or requirements if you wish. I'm going to use the plan that is published on Jazz.net to give you a glimpse of what's up with each of the line item that is on the books for 7.5, starting with the Compaq Rendering support. Compaq Rendering is a key aspect of OSLC and Jazz for providing one the ability to view in details a URL resource. In RAM 7.5, we provide Compaq Rendering for assets and user resources. Part of 7.5 integration with Lotus Connection is the ability to Compaq render LC's user resources. This provides a RAM user more insights on the socialization aspect or world of an asset owner, collaborator, or whatnot for things such as blogs of that user, informal files, and such. The next thing M2 focused on is providing Opensocial Runtime on RAM. So the UI is a bit clunky, but we just prepared the plumbing so you could actually view yourself the ability of RAM to play somewhere an Opensocial gadget. So you say, great technology, but what does it have to do with RAM? Well, the answer is much like context rendering. Context rendering helps one provide in-context information that comes from other tools about the URL resource. Think about the ability for Opensocial to do very similar stuff. Assume that rather than adding here some generic Opensocial gadget, I would add an RTC dashboard query information or status regarding the development of an asset representing a golden build that to be published soon. 7.5 release had support for quality management and requirement management COM links, in addition to the change management links RAM already has. All of these things, as you notice, enable a seamless integration with practitioner tools that work with a library like RAM. M2 is the geeky version of this. By GA, you will not need to specify the type of link. RAM will give you the option to choose from one, giving the available providers that are available on the server you're trying to connect to. So what does it mean of using COM links in library context? Well, assume that you are updating a release asset. This is an asset that will eventually link to the golden bits for various platforms of the deliverable, business case, reference architecture, and whatnot, and of course, development plan items and test plans. With Jazz, you could link to this kind of entity live using COM links. Once I reference the QA test plans, a CM or RM requirement, I can browse for its status live or navigate to the tool that created it and manage it to drill down to the street level, if of course I have permissions to do so. The practitioner tool itself will have a reference back to the library asset. Approval is part of the CALM initiative to provide common approvals for the Jazz platform. The design is on the Jazz wiki, and most of it is really a line item that come to provide the ability for a Jazz tool to provide a list of approval requests for the user that are across a group of or a set of friend servers. 7.5 is intending to provide a RAM Opensocial gadgets for approval requests for RAM, and of course RAM's friend servers. This is the geeky M2 manifestation of this, and most of what in M2 was all about is to enable the Opensocial runtime as well as implement some of the OWASP plumbing required for Jazz integration. If you are trying to play with M2 image yourself, you will need to authorize the local server first. Let's check out the status on the system architect integration. The ability to publish architectures to RAM is key, not just to formally approve it and make the architecture available in the library, but it is also a key ingredient to make this architecture actionable by forcing implementers to link and approve against it. Asset was published. It's still geeky in Milestone 2, but the system architect guys are going to put most of the content, images, and attribute by GA to make it looks and usable, a little bit more usable. On the system architect side, the published asset bill of material is recorded here. Symmetrically, you could import diagrams from RAM into System Architect using the XML import mechanism in SA. I mentioned in the Compaq Rendering section the user code hardware that we leverage from Lotus Connection. In addition, with 7.5 of RAM, you'll be able to install a RAM widget on Lotus Connection that will allow you to list a set of assets from RAM using a search criteria. So I'm configuring this Lotus Connection community to list all the assets from a test community that I have configured on RAM.